Hi everyone, I'm Michael Short. Let's go outdoors. Well, today we are out walking some trails, exploring a park down in the Calgary area, and we're going to talk about what you need to bring along on a nature walk. You know, camera, water, backpack, and I would normally say a guidebook, but today I've got someone pretty darn special that is going to serve as my guide, and in fact he even wrote a book about guiding for birds in Alberta. He's the co-author of Alberta Birds with of course John Acorn. Chris Fisher will join us today and give us some insight on what we need for equipment, what we should be looking for when we're out exploring nature areas, and of course will help me a lot with some bird identification. Come on, let's hit the trail and see what we can find.
Well, nature photography is really one of my great passions. I'm by no means a professional, but it really complements my time outside. And it allows me to prepare before I get to go outside. And that's really one of the important things, because the time we spend outdoors is actually pretty limited. But if it can overlap into preparatory times, and then of course in times where you reflect and remember the experiences, it really helps out. It makes your life really all about nature and the outdoors. I like the challenge, the artistic challenge of capturing something very, very well. Tack sharp, exposure, and a different perspective on the world as well. You know, we see most of the world through our own eyes, and we're all about 5 feet tall, and we see the eyes through eyes that are similar to about a 50mm camera. So as you zoom in, as you alter your perspective, higher, lower, above, tighter, wider than how we normally see the world, well, then we become intrigued by it. The audience becomes intrigued by it, and we can start telling stories in a different way.
Perhaps one of the biggest questions I get a lot of times, and I'm sure this guy does too, what kind of camera do I need to go out and shoot wildlife with?
One of the truly wonderful things nowadays about nature photography is it's achievable with all kinds of equipment. You can take great pictures with your portable phones, your iPhones. Maybe they don't have the zoom capacity as many other higher end cameras, but they can get close, they can get really close, and you can capture beautiful images of wildflowers and butterflies and all sorts of macro insects and bugs, and they can tell wonderful stories. Another wonderful achievement in photography over the last decade or so are super zoom cameras. They're incredibly portable, and they have incredible zoom lenses. Optically, they can go up to 50 or 60 times what we normally see. And these are very, very compact lenses. Cameras, you can take them traveling. They're not terribly expensive. You can get into a compact zoom, around $500, achieve incredible images, and you can easily share these things through both still images and video images as well through these zoom cameras. Traditionally, most professional and very serious wildlife photographers use an SLR camera, single lens reflex camera, now called DSLR because they're all digital. And those are the cameras where you can interchange lenses. I myself have super wide angle lenses that capture wonderful landscapes. I also have a macro lens, which allows me to achieve close-up images of small subjects, such as wildflowers and bugs and insects. And of course, the mainstay for most wildlife photographers are telephoto lenses. And these are more available, they're more cheap than ever before, and you can get into wonderful telephoto lenses as little as $2,000. One of the things that I always like doing with waterfowl is trying to be as low as possible. Really with any form of wildlife, you get down to their level and they just look a little bit more majestic rather than looking down at them. Photographing them eye to eye just adds a dignity to them that you don't get if you're looking down on them. we go. And photographing waterfowl is really a good first critter to stock, because in many of our city ponds, they're quite approachable and acclimatized to people. So you can really take the time to learn some of the basic ways of making good wildlife photos. This is a really nice male yellow rump warbler, posing a little bit on a different platform. You don't see them on cattails too often, and this one is looking for insects probably that are emerging out of the water. Wildlife photography is really one of the greatest ways that I've made memories in my life, and certainly, no matter how you do it, it's a great way for you to go outside and make memories as well.
Well, I certainly hope you took away something from this video today, and get out and give some of these suggestions that Chris talked about. And I certainly want to thank Chris for taking time out of his schedule to spend some time with us and open the door to the wonderful world of outdoor photography. Till next time, everyone, I'm Michael Short. Let's go outdoors.